What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top player playing Risk Global Domination on PC. I have a daily release schedule on YouTube. I do Fixed Friday every Friday. I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, and I stream on Twitch as often as I can. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me today. Our guest on Waiting on Your Best Behavior is Jadon. Jadon is our current reigning 1v1 world champion. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Welcome to
Yeah,
the show.
thanks for inviting me to the
Oh
show.
man, anytime. I had a experience of you a couple times. The first time I think we ever played, I was like, oh, he's really fast. And fast is a pretty good tell for other ability. And yeah, so far you have not disappointed. I think you've utterly schooled me in every 1v1 we've ever played. Which is, always something that I enjoy because it gives me an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think we'll get into today. But we're starting off with the free-for-all game. I'm just on the fence about where to put my troops. I think that makes sense for me. So you play more 1v1s than free-for-all?
Yeah, I've been recently playing mostly 1v1s. Yeah, I do still sometimes play free-for-all though, but it's usually like more casually.
Sure. you don't consider your 1v1 game casual?
Well, I guess it is casual too sometimes, but like for the tournaments, I kind of have been like practicing pretty hard.
So your
But
attitude when you head into a tournament is, I want to do my best, so I'm going to work at it, I'm going to learn, I'm going to practice hard and see how well I do?
um, yeah, well, I guess that's how it is for any tournament, but for the 1v1, that's like my strongest game mode, so
Yeah.
I especially would
Did you start
try hard on that.
off being good at 1v1, or did you kind of discover that you were good at 1v1?
Um, I kind of uh wait, let me finish my turn here.
Yep.
Um, so I kind of at first I just played free for all and then eventually, yeah, I just did only that for a while, and then I eventually discovered 1v1s, and like I like the idea of it. And then after I joined Discord, I started playing with a lot of the top players, and that's how I started to get really good at it.
So you would credit practicing with other top players as teaching you a lot and helping you get really good?
Yeah, that's helped a lot.
Is there anyone specifically that has had an impact in your game in a positive way?
I think probably Olive though has been the most helpful for me in practicing.
This is a
Yeah,
common thread that we hear.
yeah,
Olive is working hard behind the scenes to help people learn.
yeah. He has like a lot of really good strategy tips.
What I like about practicing Olive is he he's extremely good at focusing on what matters. He doesn't waste too
Yeah,
much time on how you might feel about a certain thing. It's just like, let's go through the iterations, let's look at it as logically as we can, and let's figure out,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, dispassionately, what is the correct, quote unquote correct decision.
Yeah,
I think he really struck me as having the mindset of a champion, which is one of the biggest elements, in addition to having to learn the skills, I suppose. So
yeah.
we can give everyone a quick bio for Jadon. Jadon is 16 years old, lives in the United States of America. Pretty cool man. I got to tell you, to have a world championship title at 16, like congratulations. That's pretty awesome,
Thanks.
like to be
Yeah,
that kind of good at anything as a younger person is pretty impressive.
yeah, yeah. When I like first joined the tournaments, I wasn't really expecting to end up being this good at it.
Yeah, it kind of I have a similar story with that, right? It kind of takes you a bit by surprise, like, oh, like relative to other people, I'm better than I thought I would be, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's a nice feeling. You practice hard. You probably play this a lot, right? You play Risk every day, right? Almost.
most days, yeah,
Yeah. So that's how I think about skill acquisition. Is sort of anything you do all the time, inevitably one would get good at it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us about discovering 1v1 and falling in love with 1v1.
Um, so um, the first time I heard about it was watching Risk Forever
Mm-hmm.
videos, and I saw a video of Simple World Caps. And so then I started trying playing that. Um, yeah, it was pretty fun, but eventually I wanted to um, try playing some different maps. So yeah, I'm just gonna do my turn first real
All
quick.
good. The linguistic pathway of your brain does not work with your playing the game of Risk pathway.
Yeah,
It takes a while to wire up those connections. I still can't even do it sometimes, so not to worry. I also don't love how you're concentrated in the middle of the board here.
yeah,
You're a bit
interesting.
too close to yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a setup.
You can always blame the RNG, but that doesn't seem like your style. That was something
Yeah,
that you brought up in the pregame questionnaire here. So seeing as how it's come up naturally, we can talk about it. I
um,
asked you one of your least favorite things about the community, and your answer was,
um, like the stalemates and suicides.
"Yep,
So stalemates I don't like because it just makes the game more boring and yeah, sometimes like it's kind of more fun to play like a fast-paced game. Mm, yeah, and with the suicides, it's just well, it happens more when you're playing with lower ranked players,
mm-hmm."
and it's kind of just like ruins all the progress of that game because
Well,
someone just
let me place devil's advocate to that though. So if there wasn't the ability to threaten mutually assured destruction in Risk, what's to stop someone from just running over you with impunity at the beginning of the game?
um I guess that's a good point.
Like,
Like,
when is okay in your opinion? When is a suicide justified?
um, well, if somebody, um, uh, I guess if somebody like already did something, like did something that you really don't want them to do in the game, and then if you think you're gonna play with them again, you might do that so that they will definitely not do it the next game.
Yeah, that's basically the logic, right? Is it's ideally to prevent players from making unfavorable moves um, over a series of games, not necessarily to solve the problem in the current game.
Yeah. So I guess in that way, it could be okay. Like, there might be some times when it's fine, but if someone just does it like in a ranked game when you're not really going to play with the person again, that makes it more annoying, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you do see people lose their temper in public lobbies as well. All it happens all the time. It's actually the one of the reasons why I consider the classic fixed grandmaster to be the highest form of grandmaster.
Yeah, and fixed is especially hard in the ranked lobbies because of all the suicides and stuff.
Yeah, but like that's, I don't know how to. There's no solution, right? Like
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
how to
true.
fix for it. How would you redesign a system to account for it?
Hmm. Uh, well, they've already done some things like if you play different modes like with progressive,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter as much if there's a suicide and
Yeah, it often helps you.
yeah,
You can often see your opponents and like pit them against each other at the right time. Like this guy's going for a continent, that guy's going for a continent. He gets broken too early, and you see them feed the 20 trade into the other guy, but not make the kill.
yeah,
And it happens with such regular. That's actually why I love this map specifically, right?
yeah,
The war in the right hand side over the 2+2s that obviously we're not going to see with all grandmasters.
yeah. But like what another way I could like try to prevent suicides and things like that, or just like only play with higher ranked players and then or like on Discord playing with grandmasters here because yeah that then they kind of yeah tend to be better sports about it, I guess.
Well, so someone has to win, right? I lose
Yeah,
a lot of games, you know. If I was salty every time I lost a game of Risk, I'd be a pretty salty guy.
yeah,
And like notwithstanding, there are certain things that piss me off, but I don't think I approach the ethic of all suicides are bad the same way that maybe someone just taking it at a glance would. Like I definitely suicide, so maybe I'm the bad guy from your seat, which is fine. Like I'm happy to figure out where we both stand on the question. But I mean, Phil initially said to me, he's like, I think Pete's playing a longer game, right? Where I set up this sort of threat. Oh, I see what you're doing. That's probably the right move at this stage. Set yourself up to make kills. Sit on Brazil too, right? Brazil is a very key territory to have a 10 stack on.
yeah,
I think this is if not the most connected territory, it's one of in the entire game. Brazil touches what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different territories.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a great place to hold a stack in the late game. Well done.
yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a very strategic map because of all the well for progressive because of all the connections.
Do you find that when you look at a map, you see, particularly in a 1v1, like when you look at a map, you kind of see your strategy almost instantaneously?
Um, Sometimes it takes me a little longer than instantaneously. Like I can look and see a few good moves that could be possible strategies. But
How
it's
does your
usually
mind define it as a good move?
uh well, I can't really prove that it's good before like practicing
Okay.
and actually trying it out. But if it's something that seems like it could give me an advantage to do,
Mm-hmm. Well, but you got to figure, right, that with only 60 seconds, you're running on your intuition a lot.
yeah. I guess I don't know, it's a little hard to explain.
Yeah, fair enough, man. We're asking the tough questions on the show, you know?
Yeah.
So you wanted to mention that so Jadon, your best rank is top 40, you told me, right?
Yeah,
39th place.
39.
So you got to 39th place without noob grinding, which is very noteworthy. Most
Yeah,
top accounts are filtered, myself included, right?
yeah.
So what did you want to say about that?
Um Well, I kind of wanted to just show that it's possible to do something like that. And mm, like, well, I don't like just necessarily let every player in, but pretty much everyone, as long as they're not like obviously an alternate account. Mm,
What do you
like,
use to determine whether or not it's obviously an alt account?
well, if it has very few games, like less than 50 or so maybe,
Yeah.
then I would probably, and if it's like a high win-loss ratio, like say for example 10-6, that's definitely an alternate account.
It's somebody who learned on a different account and now is grinding on a on a new one, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's a reasonable filter. I started a now that I made it to the top of the ladder filtered, I started a completely non-filtered 1v1 account. I think the best I've been able to do is like rank 60, but I mean completely. I will fire anybody who joins because like what else do I have to prove, right? And it's really
Well,
fun. It's really fun playing a complete variety of skill levels,
yeah, it's a lot more fun that way.
particularly
Um,
because I'm not
but
pretending to be a god at 1v1. So
yeah, but for me, I'll let in pretty much any grandmaster.
cool.
Like if they have a lot of games, even if it's really high win loss, I'll still let them in.
Yeah, because you're going to beat them almost every time, and you're going to get even more points because you're beating strong
Yeah.
opponents. Yeah. Oh, buddy, I played you in 1v1 what a couple of times now, but it's not close. Like you'll have to show me what I'm missing. I would love to learn it, but it's a skill that I find kind of elusive
Yeah,
for
I
for
sometimes
my kind of brain.
yeah, I sometimes have trouble like explaining things like strategies,
Mm-hmm.
like formulating words for them. Yeah, they're sometimes
Well, take your time.
get kind of
I'm
complicated.
interested to hear what your perspective is,
Yeah,
whatever the honest truth of that might be.
yeah. It also is kind of map dependent.
Of course.
Yeah, there are some things that are pretty much true for any map, but some things are some strategies only only would apply to certain maps.
What were your favorite settings in this season of the 1v1 tournament?
Um, I think Roman Empire and Castle
Okay, so
were
you're gonna show me your favorite stuff, right?
yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
And
That
I also
Roman
like
Empire map, I think it's so ugly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gold wants none of it, he says. No more bonuses for you under the gun.
yeah. Yeah, I also in the 1v1 tournament, I like some of the more classic settings too, like United States and Brazil and Boston and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But the one I wanted to show some of the more less known ones on here so they
Oh, for
could
sure. Dude, I
yeah,
love Boston. I completely fell in love with Boston. I think it's such a beautiful map. The first time I saw it, I found it confusing and weird, and now it's just like it tickles me in all the right places. So
yeah, it was kind of confusing for me too when I first saw it. Now I've been liking to do a strategy where I let the other player get one of the small continents so I could get a better positioning.
is it really worth the two troops?
Um, I'm still not entirely sure,
Right.
but it's kind of fun.
It's fun because it's slightly risky.
Yeah,
Sure.
game is called Risk after all.
After all. Hmm. It's looking pretty sketchy for JK. But I know what happens if I make that kill. Somebody eats me. Do I fall for the trick? Yeah, I think it's still hard for someone to kill me. I'm going to go for it.
I don't know if I feel like I'm probably not going to end up winning this game. It's a little hard to focus when we're also talking
Well,
about other stuff.
that's my whole trick, right? I just do this show to distract people so I can get an unfair win now and again. I need those wins so badly, dude. It's close. Oh, that was a good roll.
We're going to have to get that 8.
Shrink it a little bit, I think.
Going to be close.
Oh, he's rolling good. He's rolling good dice, this man. It was risky, but I think worth doing. Maybe not. Maybe I get killed. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
47 for 5. Everyone's going to be hitting me. Here's the problem. If anyone hits me and doesn't kill me, they feed me to the next guy.
Yeah.
I think you could kill me.
Mm.
I think Under the Gun could kill me too.
Yeah, you do have 5 cards now.
I know. That's the problem, right? It's like you want to make the kill, but you don't want to make the kill at the wrong time. I just thought it was going to be a pretty cool kill to make. So I had to go for it. Who's going to do it? Are you going to do it?
I think I might try.
Don't shrink me too much, Gold. That's sketchy, dude. You might, eh? I wish you luck. Oh, I hope Amanda doesn't go for it. Are you in the free for all tournament this season?
Yeah, I'm in the one on the main server.
Excellent. Hopefully we face each other not too soon.
Yeah.
I also imagine it's possible that either you or Under the Gun doesn't have a set. But you have.
I just got one.
Now, do you have it? Doesn't look like he's going for it.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, he's going for it! Alright, good luck. Yep. That's looking good. GG.
I mean,
Bam. Just like that. Look at the speed, too. You're very fast. It's cool to see.
yeah. Let's see. Wonder if I can probably. Uh. I guess probably can't anymore for now.
So we spoke briefly about the thing you didn't like. The segue was you wanted to talk about how the Does he get you? He's just shrinking you. The segue was you wanted to talk about people blaming their losses on, you know, things that you can't really learn from.
Yeah. Like sometimes losses are like legitimately from just bad luck, but a lot of the time there's all most of the time there's something that the person who lost could have done better and improved. So yeah, so my advice for people is if you if you lose if you lose a game, instead of focusing on just like the bad luck or anything bad that happened, it's better to focus on what you could have done better.
So even if you lost because of luck, that's not a particularly useful mindset to have.
Yeah,
This is a great lesson because it kind of applies to life in general.
yeah,
Like people tend to focus when you focus your attention on this bad thing happened to me, poor me. What you kind of close your mind off from is focusing your attention on the alternative. It's like, what could I have done to prevent or mitigate that bad thing from happening? It's just always a superior mindset to think about it as, yeah, the world can sometimes be unlucky, but given that, um, what can we do, right? Despite that fact.
yeah. That's really true.
Yeah. And I have found that I have both focused on the negative things in my life and then more recently tried to be relentlessly positive about everything. And it's just it's just better to not focus on the negative. What do you do
Yeah,
here? I think you just stack and take, right? You don't because
yeah,
you take next turn, hopefully kill gold or something.
yeah. At first I was thinking
Perfect.
about
Yeah.
at first I was thinking to kill gold, but then
Then
I won't have
you
enough.
see yourself in the exact same situation I was in, where you get eaten.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
wouldn't be able to trade in.
Perfect. Well done. Yeah. So for the audience, maybe that isn't familiar with my work, this game is an example of me making a very classic blunder for progressive, particularly against good opponents. I made a kill such that I was holding 5 cards at the end of my turn, and that enabled slash incentivized the next player to trade to be able to kill me and match again. So when you really want to focus in progressive um, on being able to not only can I make the kill, but should I? And should I is usually defined by will I get a commensurate amount of troops out of the in-turn match to pay for it. So that's the lesson.
Yeah,
That was my that was my failure here. And lucky gold having a set, huh?
yeah. If he didn't have a set, I could have gone for him.
Well, I'm interested to see where this goes. I think he still loses, but it's between you, Under the Gun, and Storm as far as troop wise. Yeah. I know Storm likes to mess around though, so she's a bit unpredictable. All right, so what is your? Let's talk about the good then. What are your favorite things about Risk?
I'm gonna I just do my turn real
When you're
quick.
done your turn.
Trying, I guess, thinking I could kill under the gun, but he has more troops than the set is worth. So
I think it'd still be worth it if you did it.
um, I guess at this point I'm kind of might not have enough time. So
You are
yeah,
fast, dude. Well,
if I
now you got a set on 3, right?
uh no, I don't.
No, you don't. Uh-oh. Let's see how this cookie crumbles. We might see an under the gun victory.
Yeah, I guess I maybe should have could have just killed him now because it's when he's most vulnerable,
I think
and
in
later.
yeah, I think in your seat there, I kill under the gun without a doubt. What's the set? 60s?
Um, yeah, it's at
So you
60.
go net negative about 20 troops, but some of that is mitigated by the attacker's advantage. So I really think it's almost like a neutral kill, but then it reduces the amount of variance in the game by one player and it gives you initiative on cards.
Yeah, yeah. If I was able to make that decision faster, yeah, I
This
probably
is
could have done it.
this is why we do these discussions, right? I love having the. It's such a privilege to have you, by the way. Like I know I already said thank you for being on the show, but like really, man, I love having these types of chats with players and the mutual opportunity to both learn from each other and also, hopefully get to make a new friend. So thanks, man.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you too for inviting me.
Oh, I love it. Take a card, Gold. What are you doing? Gold, take a card. Why are you frowning? Did he glitch? I think he glitched. Oh, that sucks. This is the worst glitch ever. The one where you like can't do anything, but you're still in the game.
Yeah,
Annoying.
I might be able to get under the gun this turn now, and he has 4 cards, so it
Yeah,
might pay off.
there you go. Now you got it. It's like she's gonna make it easier for you. Excellent. How do you get out of the glitch, Gold wants to know? I don't think you can, man. I think it's just. It's only happened to me once, but I've seen it happen to people, and I don't think you can. GG under the gun. I think it's all over now, ladies and gentlemen. Do we see the sweep?
I'm running a bit low. Oh no!
Oh no!
Uh,
Oh man, watch him not have cards.
Maybe I could have pathed that a little better, like not gone through the 5, because yeah, if there was a possibility not to go through Gold's 5, then I might have had enough.
He's gonna kill you instead. Wow. I didn't see that one coming at all.
Yeah.
And it's little things like this that remind everyone we are still playing a dice game. There's some amount of chance, even when your strategy is spot on.
Yeah.
There you go. And now he kills Storm. Yep. So yeah, so tell us about why Risk. Why do you love this game, this community? What's in it for you?
Um. Well, there's one thing I like about it is there's just so many different ways to play it. There's different game modes and like over 70 different maps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you don't really get tired of it when there's so much in it.
Can you give me an example of games you played before that you might have gotten tired of?
Um, I guess
Like,
I don't know if I can.
are you a chess guy?
Yeah, I like chess too, but I
I can
guess
see that right away. That kind of makes sense.
yeah, but chess is still like one board and there's the pieces are the same every time. So,
Absolutely.
but then I guess there are variants of chess that make it more that you can play it. They make it more give it more variation than just normal.
Yeah, I like Horde personally.
Yeah, that I've played that one. That one's fun.
I don't know. Maybe it's just idiot chess, but I find it fun, so that it is what it is.
Yeah, I haven't really understood the strategy of it
Of
though.
Horde,
Like, well, there's I understood some of it, but
the strategy is if you're playing black, you want basically every trade to be a 2-for-1. Whereas if you're playing white, you just want to prevent them from getting behind you for as long as possible so that you can promote to a queen. And as soon as you promote to a queen, they should be done. If you ever get, behind black's row.
yeah, yeah, I've noticed it. Yeah, in the horde chess, getting your queen behind their pawns is
It's death.
like, yeah.
For sure.
But then I had one game where I played it and I got my queen behind, but then white managed to push enough pawns to the front and get a queen too, and then he
Oh,
ended
yeah.
up winning. So
Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen. Under any circumstances. Why would Amanda go for this, though? Because she saw that gold was dead. So that's just hands it onto the gun. And you're gonna let him hold bonuses? Come on. Alright, at least you got the bonuses. And let's see under the gun with that set on 3.
you could still win without the set.
No, exactly. He's very close.
Oh, there's one territory that's not connected. Um, that could cost him the game.
I don't think
We'll
Storm.
see.
I don't think Storm has quite the same speed.
Yeah, under the gun is faster, so that's
In like
definitely.
enough of a meaningful sense that it might be doomed. But it is what it is.
Oh no, set on 4 for Storm.
What? just your luck, huh? Bam. Let's do it.
Under the gun wins.
All right, I promise.
Good game.
I promise not to shit on your 1v1 settings and to play them earnestly, even though I'm going to lose very, very badly. You'll teach me at least what I did wrong, hopefully. Is that an okay deal?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. One thing you really helped me with, you remember when we did that whole fix the ranking system protest?
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, so because my history in this game goes back to being a really passionate free-for-all guy, and because the ranking system is so heavily favored 1v1s for so long, I was kind of like, well, it would be nice to swing the pendulum the other way. But then I saw people like you being like, no, we need a separate 1v1 ladder too. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to like totally leave Jadon out of this, There should be enough glory for everyone. So you actually helped me reframe my thoughts on that a little bit, because I was like, why should someone like you, who happens to be good at a subset of Risk, like happens to be really, really good at a subset of Risk, also be disenfranchised still by a bad system, right? Why can't we just have a good system?
Yeah, like
Give me win-win, right? Are you going to make a lobby?
yeah, I could make one.
Please. Yeah, we should go for win-win. There's no reason why we can't have it all. The chocolate and the peanut butter together. Okay, so
Yeah.
can you tell me anything about this before we start, or do you want me to just try my luck and see how I do?
Um,
What would be more interesting?
I could try to say some stuff about it.
Okay, so what should
So,
I go for?
so like most world domination maps, it's good to pick the most disconnected spots. And
Okay.
sometimes it's good to think about it relative per continent, like the best territory in a certain continent.
Okay.
And then with the placement, the stack placement, it depends on how the map is, but it's usually either about going for the stack blitzing, or you might try to hold one side of the map. The right side is usually, well, the right side is 2 borders, so
So it's
that one,
a lot like Boston in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to
Does
Boston,
player
I guess.
two tend to prefer to single stack?
Um, yeah, I pretty much
Okay.
almost always it's player two single stack.
Single stack? Okay, cool. I will try. This is awesome, man. I'm excited to try something that I've never tried before. Like this was a setting in the 1v1 tournament this season, but I didn't participate, so I missed it.
Yeah,
And you like it, huh?
yeah, yeah. And sometimes the blizzards get really interesting. Like they sometimes make the left side also a really valuable place to go for if it's
Okay.
on one of the
If the blizzards are appropriate to that, sure.
if it's on one of the three borders, it could make it be only two borders, and then it's gets pretty good.
Okay. Those are significant. That the one in northern Italy, wow.
Yeah,
Right?
this is
That's a
these
crazy
are
blizzard.
yeah, it like splits the whole map.
So it's the
It
whole map.
splits it in half, and now there's a +8 on with one border on the left.
Right. So the
So
correct thing for me to do is to take this, right?
mm,
Yes or no?
well, I would first go for the forcing move and the
In
+2.
Britain? Yeah, okay. I don't know, dude. You're the one telling me to give people +2 in Boston, so it doesn't actually matter
Well,
which side I take.
I think the upper side is a little bit more disconnected, so I think that's the one I've been usually going for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter too much.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but I do tend to like the upper part of it a little bit more on that +2.
What's the rationale behind that?
Um, because the upper one, the territory it's connected to outside of it is like less connected than the southern one. Then the southern one, the territory that one's next to, that territory is more connected than the northern one. Like it, so I might not be explaining this that well.
It's all good, man.
Yep. But on the territory names, the one called Belgica is kind of less connected than Lugdensis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I like the northern part.
I like that the territory names are in Latin. That makes it extra interesting to pronounce them.
Yeah.
Where did you go? You went in Greece? Sure. Bing. That's a dead end, right? The Greek part. And sorry, does Corsica and Sardinia connect north south or no? They connect through Italia, but they also connect north south, right?
Um, oh, wait, sorry, what did you say?
Does Corsica connect south to Sardinia?
Yeah, those two connect.
Okay, so you don't have to go through the mainland Italy to do that.
Um, no, you don't have to go through it.
Cool,
Those two are just connected.
cool, cool, cool.
I think it was when you picked those territories in that +3, that was a good move. Because then you can kind of threaten of
Yeah,
holding
I
that
could
one
threaten to
too.
take it. That's right. It's a disconnected bonus, but it also benefits me to naturally hook around from the left on turn one.
Yeah.
Yeah. These blizzards are crazy though. I can't imagine that this happens normally, right? These are fairly
Yeah.
significant blizzards.
Yeah, these are not very normal.
I was gonna say like those ones, they literally split the map in half. So
Yeah.
what are you there? Going for Greece, huh? It's reasonable. It's a reasonable move.
Yeah, those two lower territories are pretty like out of the way of the rest of it.
Yeah, you could easily put your stack there. Uh-huh. Sure. I see what you're doing. So what is it that what is it about you that you think has led you to becoming quite good at this game?
Um,
What
I
what
think
makes you special as a Risk player?
um I think I tend to focus mostly on like improving, and even if I like lose the game, I would still be happy if I learned from it and played my best.
Which is a pretty mature attitude to have. Am I picking well?
Um, I think mostly.
Okay. I hope so. Hmm. There's so many territories here. What is it, like 42, just like Classic?
Uh, it's one more than classic. So
43. So it's
yeah.
slightly first player heavy? Or the Blizzards mitigate that?
Um, I think I would say it is kind of favored to the first
Yeah,
player.
okay. But only slightly.
Yeah, not like extremely.
Right.
Like the second player has a chance still, like a decent chance.
So go for the stack blitz, you say, huh? I have to predict where you're going to put your troops?
Yeah, and you want to like try to get me as connected as you can, so there's fewer places I could go.
Right. Which I'm trying to do, but I don't feel like I'm being all that successful at it.
I think, yeah, well, it'll probably get more connected as we pick more.
Right. Hmm.
Like another reason I like this map is because there's sometimes some very small details about it, and if you like sometimes if you don't don't do them, it's fine. Like you won't. It might not cost you the game, but if you do, it can help increase your advantage slightly.
Like?
Mm. Well, in the +5 on the right, um, I think Pontus is the best territory because just like the way when you go through the continent, there's a lot. Sorry if I'm not explaining this well, but there's the most different paths you could take not going on that territory.
Oh, I'm understanding what you're saying perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some people think that, well, I've seen some people pick Lucia before picking that one because I guess it's kind of just looks kind of good when it's looks like a nice disconnected one because it's really small, but it act it kind of gives if you have to pick the territory Galatia, which is the one above it,
Hmm.
then if you don't have Lycia, you could go through that area.
Okay.
with these blizzards, with the one border area, that's kind of been what I've been focusing on most, like staying most disconnected in there, so it'll be harder for you to capture it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. Let's see if I can effectively predict you. I mean, obviously I give you this one.
So another option could be like trying to, well, I guess it's sort of obvious, but holding the one border area without me being able to invade it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna have to put my stack somewhere that's accessible to that.
Mm-hmm.
So then you know that if you're trying to predict me, you're gonna like go somewhere. I'm gonna put my stack somewhere where I can reach it. So then that kind of that cuts out Judea as a spot for me to go because then I'll be blocked in there. So the spots I could, if I don't go inside the one border, spots I go are either Sardinia, Cyrenatia, or somewhere in that
Yep.
bigger glob.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Okay. Fine by me. I feel like I gave you as many problems as I possibly could without getting the stack.
Yeah. So something you maybe could have done in the placement is in the bottom +2,
Mm-hmm.
the one's called Mauritania, Namibia, and Africa Proconsullaris.
Mm-hmm.
If you just didn't pick one of those, then I would be a lot more blocked from getting to the one border area.
Sure.
So now I can reach it pretty easily. Oh no, I guess I might not end up.
Break that.
Yeah, I guess I won't get to the +2 then.
What do you hold? You hold Italy.
Yeah, I think I might have messed up a little bit there by taking those 2 extra territories. Galicia, Asturia,
Yeah,
and
it was overly risky.
yeah, sometimes I get kind of ambitious like that.
Sure. Nope.
It probably, now that after I did it, I think it was right not to, because then I would be able to get to your +2 at the top. Oh, there's a 3 on there.
Yeah, good dice. There you go.
So this time if I got risky and attacked that territory, the highest territory of the +5, then I might not have gotten in.
I think your position is unrecoverable, right?
Yeah, it looks like you're probably gonna win. I might still have a small chance.
You could get like really good card luck or dice luck, sure.
And now you're just outnumbering me too much, so can't really make much of a difference now. Yeah, well played.
Of course, we have to toggle our dice back to Blitz because the game is bad. Where do you stand on that? Let's chat about that for a brief second. Does that not drive you
I'll,
nuts too, or am I just making something out of nothing?
yeah, that's something I really want them to fix too.
Okay. So everyone who's watching this show, it's not too late. There is a option for um, in the Risk Ideas channel on the Discord. Kilted made a post about GG about
Again,
having the default be toggled back to blitz um, between turns, as opposed to leaving it on whenever it was on. If you would like to see this change implemented in the game, Lucy told me that they look at the highest upvoted comments. So please help us get this change implemented. This is me trying to implore the audience to use the megaphone I've built, huh? But
yeah,
if you're on this team too, it's much appreciated.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. It would just like save a lot of trouble accidentally manual rolling at the start of your next turn.
Which happens to everybody who plays 1v1s, I'm sure. Okay,
Yeah,
so
or in any game mode, it kind of.
so castle. What do I need to know? Is this just like a regular caps game with blizzards?
So one thing I really like about this map is it has several different viable spots.
Okay,
Like Simple World has one obviously better spot, but this one there's more than one good
so
spot,
I'm
so that gives.
thinking courtyard is the correct decision, but you tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think generally without without impactful blizzards, Main Bailey, South Wing, and Courtyard are some good spots. But with these blizzards, Courtyard
Is better.
probably is better.
That
Yeah.
jumped out to me right away. I was like, that forces you to take Inner Garden because you're not going to give me a bonus turn one.
Mhm. See. I wonder though if I. Yeah, I probably should. I was thinking about if I let you have the bonus, then I would could make sure I get
A better
a
capital.
better capital.
Yeah. So you said Main Bailey?
Main Bailey and South Wing are usually two that are good.
Do I want to keep you off that?
Mm.
Or do I want to just pick disconnected stuff?
Uh, well,
I've literally
it,
never played these settings.
yeah, it kind of. I think the problem with picking Main Bailey is that you could block yourself.
Right.
If I, yeah, picking South Wing could be a like decent strategy because you're gonna attack Inner Garden anyway, so then I'm gonna have to go through South Wing to open it up. Yeah, yeah, probably will go South Wing because then I can invade into Inner Garden.
Mm-hmm. And that helps you control the right hand side of the board.
Yeah, then that get helps me get South Guard because anytime you invade it, it will reopen up my cap.
Mm-hmm. Good pick. This is hard, man. This one's really hard for me.
So with those two that we just picked, I
Mm-hmm.
usually just if one person picks one, I pick the other
Yep.
because there's only one territory for it to go into anyway. So having both of them is
So
not really very
it's
good.
just kind of like a gimme.
Yeah, kind of like
Is this an actual castle somewhere? I bet you it is.
Yeah, I bet that it is, but I don't know like if it if it actually like I don't know what it is if it is something.
Maybe Buck knows. He was really bigging up these settings, so. I do not have a lot of good paths out from my cap either, right? So maybe it's
Yeah, I guess
not a great cap spot.
yeah, I guess now that I if you had picked South Wing, then it could have been a better spot because then I wouldn't be able to go on South Wing.
Yeah.
But now that I got it, you could. I'm not sure. I guess the advantage of staying on that spot, one advantage of doing that is that you'll if I invade your continent, then your cap is
Always
unblocked from getting
open.
to mine,
Yeah.
but mine is blocked from you, so I kind of have to keep mine stronger. And if I'm having to keep mine stronger, I won't have so many troops to use elsewhere.
Yeah, but knowing my luck, I'm gonna get shit dice on the cap. So.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I find caps to be so volatile in 1v1, right? Like you really have to over commit almost to feel comfortable that your opponent isn't just get a lucky cap hit going second and then you lose the 2 points.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Sometimes.
I like
Yeah,
Brazil though. I was able to kind of get to a place where I was comfortable with the Brazil settings.
yeah, Brazil is a really good map. Like it's sort of similar to this in how it has multiple spots that are good.
Okay, fair enough. You've given me no really good lines, which I'm sure comes from playing these settings a bunch, right?
Yeah.
um, well, sir. So what? I do like a half on cap, half off cap strategy here, I think.
Um, that could be a good strategy. If you think I'm gonna put some of mine somewhere else, then you might try to predict where I go.
Yeah, I want access to it, if at all possible.
Yeah, but probably either courtyard or main bailey would be where you would go.
Excellent.
Mm. Oh, you predicted part of mine. Yeah, well played.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, sometimes I guess that sometimes because people expect me to do something different, and then I. But there was a second spot I could go on battlements, but I guess I didn't really. That spot might be slightly less good. Since, like you'll have to open it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you get 8 on your first turn, though. That's a lot of troops. I don't know. I gave you a decent amount of problems. Should I have pushed it more? Man, there's like no troops left at all. Oh, and it's no fog, huh? No, it is fog. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's fog.
Okay. I was just like, I can still see the whole board. All right, you have a bonus, so I have to break that. Which opens up your cap.
Yeah. Another possibility for you could have been to go through the southern end, because then you wouldn't have to take a 6v3.
Right. But I'm happy to roll, I think, a 3 at this stage in the game. Oh, I left you with too many territories. Shit. Didn't see that. Ooh, look at those dice! Ooh! Look at those dice! Oh no! I'm in trouble now. I think you got me. And now you guard the southern part as well. Okay, so I have to roll the 7v3. I don't know
Oh,
how. I don't know. Okay, so how do I recover from this?
um, well, you still get to roll a 100% roll, so you're not in too bad of a situation yet, I think.
Yet. But, like, if I do that, then I don't advantage any other position.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, it's kind of a tough situation.
I don't love it.
You could, I don't know. I guess that's.
You're still getting too many troops, right? Yeah, I'm still letting you have too many troops. I don't like
I
that
think.
either. You go for the cap hit now?
Let's see. So 12. It'd be out of 13, and so it'd be after attacking a territory, it'd be 12 versus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm gonna check what the odds are.
You have a table in front of you?
Uh, it's like the calculator
Yep.
website.
Cool, cool. I mean, I would go
So,
for it based on my
yeah,
intuition, but tell me if
it's
I'm wrong.
86.
Yeah, that's GG. Well done.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, nice.
I guess another possibility you could have done, instead of fortifying that 3 back to your cap, you could have fortified the 3 that was in my that was next to my cap, because then I
It
would
was
have.
disconnected.
Oh,
Yeah, there
oh,
was no way to do that.
oh,
I had to
yes.
attack up to link them.
Oh, I guess I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought about it, but I was like, I can't actually connect them, right? All right, we got time for one more game. You decide what you'd like to play.
Um, how about Jules Island
You want to do Jules
World
Verne?
Domination?
Awesome. I love that map. I think that map is underplayed.
Yeah, and it's one of the few maps for 1v1 that's good for caps and world domination.
Oh, cool. Really? I guess because it's exactly like the same numbers as classic, and I don't know. Do people even play classic world dom? Maybe they don't. Maybe they just do classic caps. All right,
Well,
cool, man.
in,
I'm excited.
in
I'm excited to try all of these 1v1 settings for the first time with you.
yeah,
They're more
in the
fun than I
fi-
thought they would be.
yeah, these are fun ones.
Okay.
Uh, in 5-a-side, they had this map on caps, and it was pretty good. Yeah, so that's how I've played it both ways. Sometimes common way to start this map, picking that territory that I just picked,
Why?
because then the triangle territory is really connected, so I'll be forced to pick the other territory, the northern one, if I don't want that triangle one. So it's kind of like
So
a forcing
I
move.
want to force you to take the triangle one.
Mm,
No?
Well, the triangle one is like a territory I wouldn't really want. So then if you picked South Mandible Cape, I would have to pick North Mandible Cape if I don't want the triangle.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the move you did is fine too.
Have I gone first every time? The game wants you to have a challenge, huh? No
Yeah.
no easy wins on the show.
Yeah. So now, so you'll let me hold the +3 going second.
Yeah, I don't care.
You could always break it
Yeah,
though.
I don't give a shit. Connect yourself. Um,
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it for now.
Fair enough. If you were going to explain what you love about 1v1s to players who maybe don't like it or don't get it, what would you say?
Um, hmm, I think, well, I would say one reason I like it is how it's like really fast paced. So if you don't have time for a really long game, it could be good. And it's also just, it helps you understand the whole game in general because you learn a lot about pathing and dice odds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so
it really helps you fine tune your mechanics for Risk. That is one thing that I would say if you're a newer player and you don't fully get the mechanical operations of the game, 1v1s are extremely effective at teaching you, how to focus on what your dice probability is, um, where the luck is in certain moves.
yeah, yeah, it really helps you just like become better at all of Risk in general because of the it helps you notice small details and stuff like that.
Like the way I think about it, and maybe you can tell me where you agree and where you disagree with this idea. The way I think about the difference between free for all and 1v1 is that a free for all game is essentially multiple 1v1s nested in a single game with a psychological overlay. So you're playing a series of unequal 1v1s simultaneously, but also you have to evaluate the people you are playing against.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
What do you like? What do you dislike about that characterization?
Um, I think it it's good, but you also should keep in mind that those people are playing one. If you think about it that way, those people are playing 1v1s with each other too.
Correct.
So you wouldn't just go as all out as you would in a 1v1
Yes.
with just one.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, that's why it becomes a much deeper set of heuristics as far as what is correct in free for all, right? In a
Yeah,
1v1, you can actually get to a reasonable model of a correct move. Whereas in free for all, the context depends so much more that it's a lot more nebulous of an idea. You just have
yeah,
to process so much more information because it stacks, right? The complexity. Each person times
yeah,
each other person.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that the territory called Coral Road that you picked, that one's like usually not great
That's a mistake.
because um you probably a mistake because
Okay,
it's one of the most connected in the map.
got it. So I didn't keep you off a good territory. I just took a bad territory.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no worries. This is it's all about the learning here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I can see
similar
that
with
now. I guess. So okay, so if I take this one also jumps out to me as being super connected.
the one called Pottery. That one's probably the one of the most connected in the +5 Lake Grant
Yeah, so I
area.
shouldn't have started building out of the middle. I should have kept taking the edges
Yeah.
early. Okay, fair enough. Oh, hey man, I I won't be upset when you smoke me. I'm just here to I'm just here to experience it. Um
Well, I'm not telling you this to
No, I know
not like saying it in a mean
you're
way.
able to see the future in a way that I'm not because you've done this hundreds of
Yeah,
times.
I,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say this to help you improve
For
for if you
sure.
play it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, 100%. I appreciate it.
But this is a pretty like advanced map for in the placement. So
Why?
yeah, on your first try, it's not like super easy to get everything right.
Uh-huh. I rarely play this map, but I do like it. I feel the noose closing around my neck. You're just like paying off all my bad decisions. And is it similar thing single stack second player?
Um,
Usually?
Sometimes I've tried doing tried splitting, but I don't know. I think single stack is usually best, but it's not like the only thing you would do. Like sometimes splitting could be okay.
Mm-hmm. Depending on the number of pockets I give you, basically.
Yeah,
If
I
I need
guess
access to more.
in this setup, I could possibly split since I have kind of a lot of positions. But then if I also go in a single stack, it'll be pretty unlikely that you find it.
That's right. The odds are very low that I get a good roll on you. Let's see what you leave me with. That one? Sure. All right, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. So I have, I think, 7 different
Yeah.
areas that,
Is that bad? I gave you too many.
well, for your like, if you have, since you haven't played this map that long, like that much, it's not that bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be better, definitely.
Sure.
But yeah, once you get like really good at this map, it's like it's often like the second player would usually have less different positions.
Oh, did that way wrong. I did that super wrong. Okay. Now what do? You just run across me and then you end up with way too many troops, right?
Probably.
Cool. So you need that sack blitz.
Um, Usually it's good to, unless they put their stack somewhere that's blocked off.
What's your setup? You're a PC guy, obviously. Or are you on a
Yeah.
laptop?
Um, well, uh, yeah, what's, yeah, I'm on like a laptop,
I
but
figured, right? I think laptop is the fastest.
yeah, I don't use a mouse, but my touchpad is pretty good, so
What do you have there? Just a 1? I'm going to have to break. So break, and then what do I do with this? I go... Where does the bonus look like there? Oh, that looks like that. Okay, I go with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're 16. Fuck. It's way too many. $15. I guess I counted wrong. Or is it 16?
I have 16.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't get you down to 12, down to under 12 either, so you still like have a chance here.
Yeah, well, now it looks okay for me.
Yeah, now that you're holding both the +5 and +3, I don't think I'm guaranteed to evade both. I'd have to take some 3v1s.
Which is the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh, I lost it. Yes, if I can get 1 die rolls here.
Yeah, that was your last chance. Sure. Go for it.
Have a good game.
Yeah, GG, man. That is way too many troops. Okay.
I think on this map, I'm like my biggest strength on it is in the manual placement, and then sometimes in the gameplay after. That's when I could probably improve a little more.
Okay. Like just picking better, slightly better routes.
Like probably, I think maybe in my attacking with my initial stack, that might have been slightly better.
Yeah, to leave you with better lines on the parry for you to fill in bonuses or something.
Like maybe if I hadn't split and instead I just circled around with my staying in one stack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of a difference it would have made. It might not have made any difference, but it might have made some difference.
Totally.
But I guess also losing the 3v1 was like, that was a pretty crucial role.
Yeah, 100%, man. Is there anything before we end the show? Is there anything that you wanted to bring up that we didn't touch on, or ask the audience?
Can't really think of anything at the moment.
Well, feel free if something does come to you to reach out to me, and I can put it in the show notes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for showing me these maps and giving me your perspective. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on the show. It's been fun.
And congratulations on your title, man. That is awesome. Really. World champion at 16, dude. You're going on to big things any way you look at it. So congrats, bro.
Thanks.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you found some of this fun and entertaining, maybe even a little bit educational and informative. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on YouTube. I do Fixed Friday every Friday. I do the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, this show. And I stream on Twitch as often as I can. And until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.